We're gonna get into using line, talking about line. So I'm gonna talk about line first before we jump into the actual drawing assignment. I want you guys to all write this down on your paper, follow me, and just understand what I'm talking about as far as line. So what I'm gonna do is on the bottom right corner, I'm gonna start writing some notes. These notes are not gonna be word notes besides the simple word line. Okay, I wrote it in all caps. I'm gonna circle it. I want you guys to write it. Doesn't matter if it's in all caps, lowercase, again, circled. I'm just gonna show you guys what we are talking. We're talking about line. Okay, first things first, line is going to be any type of directional thing from one point to another. So if you have one point, that is a line, as straight as possible. Draw that line as straight as possible. Do a point and a point. Some lines start at a point and continue, but if I put an arrow, that means that that line continues. You can draw that line and draw an arrow. Some lines don't actually have a point. They just go and they stop at some point, but it doesn't really necessarily have to be at a point. That implies that there's a point of where it stops. That implies that there's a point in where it stops. So there's your first three lines. They're all three straight lines. Now, these can all look the same, but in this form. That is a zigzag line. It's not a straight line, but it uses diagonal lines to create a line that changes directions repeatedly in the same pattern. Another way that we can draw a line is a wavy line or a curved line. This wavy line is the same thing as this, except for it's using curved lines. No line is straight on this point, okay? Nothing is straight, everything is curved or rounded, and that's gonna show that there's a different texture of line that you can use, or a different pattern. Another one, this is what we're gonna use for implied lines. Implied lines mean that it might not be there, you can think or see that it's there, but if you would like to show somebody, here, there should be a line here. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna draw these little dots in a straight line. It doesn't have to be a straight line. It can be in a form of a zigzag line or in the form of a curved or wavy line. I just want you right now to draw in a straight line. It's a little easier to do right now if this is your first time drawing a straight line or a dotted line. That just shows, like, maybe if I wanted to, don't draw this on your paper, but if I wanted to draw a quick hand, okay, and I wanted to show that there is a line going through the hand, but behind it, maybe there's a line here, and that's why we use those lines. It shows that there's a line behind that hand. That's why you use, I'll leave that there for reference. You do not have to draw that. Okay, and the next thing will be, the last line is gonna be a dashed line or hashed line. And that's just gonna be little hash marks or little dashes. Look like little minus signs connected. And that kind of serves the same purpose as this line, the dotted line. It's just a little bit more visible. Okay, those are your lines. Now we're gonna get into drawing. First, on the top of your paper, left-hand corner, what you're gonna do is you're gonna draw the letter D. That's going to be our starting point. It's gonna be a capital D, okay? So this is gonna get turned into a picture. So what we're going to do is I'm going to erase that little corner, just the corner, not much at all. I'm going to do a curved line, just like we learned here. Curved line, it stops at this point, and I'm gonna do another curved line the opposite direction, stops at that point, okay? I am now going to go from the middle of this curved line, do another curved line, stops a little bit higher than this one, and then you're gonna do a curved line down, comes very close to the bottom of this ear. If it touches the bottom of that ear, that's completely fine, okay? So we're drawing a picture out of this letter D, something that we're very familiar with. All of us should be able to draw a capital D at this point in our lives, and that's what we're gonna start our drawing with. Okay, you're going to draw two little eyes. You're gonna draw a tiny little triangle nose. It's an upside down triangle. On the bottom of that triangle, if you draw the letter J, and then you draw backwards J, that's gonna be the mouth. After you've drawn those two items, you're gonna draw this little box right here, and that's gonna be the teeth. And if you put a line in the middle, it looks like it has two teeth. Not one big wide one, but two. Those are long teeth. You're gonna go right here next to your teeth. You're gonna draw a U. It's gonna be a long U, it's gonna be a tall U. If you draw these two little lines on the U, that looks like an arm or a hand, okay? Now this part I'm gonna draw something and then I'm gonna erase. I'm not gonna erase yet because I want to see how big I draw it first. I'm gonna start down here, close to the floor, close to the bottom of this D. And I'm gonna go out like that. So I don't want that little line that's under that. That's gonna be his foot. Okay, so I'm gonna erase it. If you accidentally erase a little part of your foot, just draw it back. Okay, on top of that, you're gonna draw another little hook. It's like a sideways J. If you do a sideways J, it looks like more like his knee area. That's his foot, that's his knee. And then rabbits have 2 feet, not one, so you're gonna draw another sideways J. And then on the back, you're gonna draw a little tail. Last thing, and then we're done with this one, you're gonna draw inside of your ear 2 more curved lines. They look kind of like a pointed oval, and that finishes your bunny. Next letter, we're gonna draw an E, capital E. So what we're gonna do with this one is we're gonna draw a little C right there, a little backward C. Okay, then we're gonna, mine didn't extend enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and close that E into a rectangle, almost like it looks like a door handle. Right here, you're gonna draw an actual C. Under this line, you're gonna draw another line. It's gonna be a little bit shorter than that line, just a little bit shorter. Then under that line, you're gonna draw this little eye, and you guys can start to see the shape of somebody's head. We're gonna use a zigzag line that we just learned about to create hair. Then if you want to finish, you don't have to do this. That's pretty much all we need to do. But if you want to have a little bit more fun, if you draw like 2 little lines there, and then a little V to connect. I'm gonna go a little faster on this because this is not necessary, but you can draw this if you would like. 2 little arms here. Almost like a U, but it's boxed, or an open box. 2 little lines like that. 2 little lines that come out or in. Then an upside down V, almost like an A shape without the cross in the middle. As you just draw 2 things like that, and a circle or an oval. Kind of looks like a hand. Very basic, very simple. Doesn't have to be perfect. V, V, oval, done. Now you've drawn an entire person out of the letter E. Just little fun things that you guys can do. Okay, one last one. We're gonna do a F. And the F is going to be changed up just a little bit. This is going to turn into something that starts with the letter F. That's gonna be a curved line, almost like a C, but it's not gonna be a perfect C. It's gonna come like a point, curved point, okay? Next thing we're gonna do is we are going to take this point and we're gonna kind of curve it down a little bit. And then we're gonna take this point and we're gonna meet that with another curve. Boom, done. Okay? Next thing is you're gonna go by that back side right here, this point, and if you do another curve like that and another curve like that, almost like a C, but it's not going through here. And you're gonna go down a little bit with a curve, down a little bit with a curve, make that point. It starts to look like a little something. 3 lines, 3 lines. Okay, what you're gonna do here is you're gonna go curve up, curve down. It's gonna be like a little V or hook. I'm gonna do another one and another one. That's gonna be your fish's fin. Okay, I'm gonna do another one down here on the bottom. 1, 2, 3 zigzag lines. Same thing, we're gonna do it big, but this one's gonna be bigger than this. It's gonna be a lot bigger. This one's gonna be higher. This doesn't have to be perfect, guys. We're not looking for perfect, we're looking for your best. Do some lines here. Then we're gonna draw big eye. Don't color it in, not yet. I'll show you how to color it in a second. I'm gonna draw a little lowercase n. That's kind of like his eyebrow a little bit. I'm gonna draw a little curved line for the mouth, and then like a little C, backwards C shape right there. Okay, now the eye. In order to do the eye, I'm gonna draw a circle on the inside, and then you're gonna color it. Make sure you stay inside the lines here and don't color in that little circle that's inside of your eye. So you're gonna color out the whole outside, but that little inside part you're not gonna color. Okay, next thing you're gonna do is if you draw a little tiny W right there, we're gonna do a bunch of little scales. Little W, add another U to it, so it's a 3 U's put together. And that just kind of gives it a different look, so it's all varied. And it's not all the same. That is your fish. All right, and that is going to be the end of your assignment. Now we can draw some more letters if we'd like to in class, if we have more time. But as of right now, that is the end of your video.